In other news now, the Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar met with the families of 8 Indians sentenced to death in Qatar. Dr. Jaishankar said New Delhi will continue to make all efforts to secure their release and will coordinate with the families. After meeting the families of the officers, Jaishankar said that the government attaches the highest importance to the case. The Indian Navy chief reiterated the government's position on making efforts to secure the release of the officers the most important priority.
You have heard the MEA statement on this. Every effort is being made by the government to ensure that we take up through the legal course and find relief for our personnel.
The 8 former Indian sailors were given death sentence in Qatar on Thursday. The veterans were arrested by the Gulf nations in 2022 on charges which haven't been made public. They have been kept in solitary confinement for a year. The men, including decorated officers who once commanded major Indian warships, were working for Dara Global Technologies and Consultancy Services, a private firm that provided training and related services to Qatar's armed forces. The Ministry of External Affairs had earlier said it was shocked by the verdict and would take up the issue with the Qatar government. Our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibbal, has all the latest details on this.
The Indian External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar today met with the family members of the 8 Indian nationals who are in Qatari custody. Last week we saw a judgment by a Qatari court sentencing these Indian nationals to death penalty. Now the Indian External Affairs Minister gave assurances that the Indian government is leaving no stone unturned to make sure that these Indian nationals are released as soon as possible. Now on the table there are several options. The Indian government is already providing legal aid to these Indian nationals, and India could consider further appeal as well in this case. This judgment is by court of first instance, and India could go for further appeal in this case. The second, of course, is the diplomatic and the political angle. If there is a conversation at the government-to-government level, at the foreign ministry level between the two sides, to make sure that there is an early release, is something that could be on the anvil. But India is looking for all the options, and everything is on the table to make sure that these Indian nationals are brought back. And today's meeting was part of that conversation to give assurances to the family members that these Indian nationals will be brought back home, and this is the top priority of the Indian government. With video journalist Sanjeet Siddhant Sibbal for WION in New Delhi.